Hi everyone, Donna McElvaney here, and today we're going to be doing a plans pooling tutorial video. But this time we're going to be using cotton yarn, and this is Peaches and Cream, and it is in the colorway Nautical. Alright, so I want to do this one because I want to make a washcloth out of it. I want to make a dish rag out of it. So this calls for a 5mm size H hook. So that's what we're going to be using. So let's get started today. Do I want to pull from the middle of this, or do I want to pull from the outside? I'm going to pull from the outside because this is a cotton skein. So I'm just going to pull from the outside. It says an H hook, so I also have my G and my I hook. So we're just going to begin here by chaining all the way through a color sequence. We're going to see how wide it is and see if that is going to be adequate for a dish rag, a washcloth. I do like making cotton wash rags. I wash my dishes with them. So we're just going to chain here. My dogs are outside barking. Better than inside barking. Alright, so it looks like it's white, navy blue, white, and this crimson red, which has a long pink section there. And then it goes white and blue and white and red. Okay, so we're going to turn here at the white. And this is where we're going to begin our moss stitch. 1, 2, I go into the third one from the hook. That's just my preference. We do a single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, chain 1, skip 1. We do this all the way across until we get back to the start of this white again. That's after the crimson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white stitches. We want to keep that the same. And I'm really going to be paying attention through this one, making sure that my stitch count is accurate and is the same. I believe I messed it up on Fruit Punch. I definitely messed it up. I missed an orange one in the beginning row. Didn't catch it till my third row, which is where the pooling design begins to happen, and it messed it up pretty good. I continued on with it though. I trudged through it to show you guys how to pool even when something is amiss, something is wrong. You can still keep going. You just have to manipulate your stitches in a different way to get the pooling pattern to come out correctly. So instead of frogging it all out, restarting the video, deleting that, and doing a new video, I went ahead and kept it and just showed you how, okay, if your stitches are going to stack, something's wrong, you can go back and find your mistake. And then you have a choice. You can go back and correct your mistake, or you can move forward and just make it work. Like in Project Runway, you gotta make it work. I was tightening these up a little bit because I had some of this leftover red here, and trying to figure out if I wanted to make it a stitch or draw it back and have less. Either I could have had 4 red stitches, or I could have had 5 red stitches, and that white one is hanging over the top of that red, but that's just the way it's going to be. Alright, so I'm to the white, and this is where I turn. I chain 2 and I turn. So this is going to make a very wide wash rag, and that'll be just fine. So chain 2. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white ones. We need to be offset by 1 stitch. So I need to only get 4 stitches going across this way here. 1, 2, a little tight here, pull some more yarn. 3 and 4. Looks like I'm going to come out with 4 here. So I just chained the 2 here. I didn't do a modified puff or anything like that. I didn't have to eat up any extra yarn. I just made it into 4 instead of 5. So your first row and your second row are exactly the same. They're the same stitches, but it has to be offset by 1 in order to get the argyle pattern going. 1, 2, 3, 4 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to go back and tighten these up to get 5 blue. She's going to get on my nerves out there barking like that. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Do you want to go ahead and let her in, please? Thank you, ma'am. 1, 2, 3, 4 white stitches after the blue. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I want to point something out here that I just noticed. Here I have 5 white stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is the white that is following the red. Then I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue stitches. And then I only had 1, 2, 3, 4 white stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reds. So this section here of whites are only 4 stitches and not 5. And that is okay because that's a completely different color. That color could have been green. It just so happened that it was white, but it's not the same segment as this white. It's a completely different white segment. 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe I'm supposed to have 5 reds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to tighten these up because I need to get the 5 reds. 4 whites after the blues. So that is correct. All right, so 5 reds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that pink I am counting with the reds because I have a little bit of pink here and here. And just like with this lighter blue, I counted that with the blues. Okay, so here I begin my 5 whites. Pulling this over. I flip it over to make sure that I don't split that stitch there. Make sure that it's a clean entry. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I've got a half of a blue stitch in there. But I wanted to show you, this is the 5th white, and this is exactly where it needs to be because you want it to be offset. This is the 3rd row, and always in the 3rd row is where your pattern is going to reveal itself. Barbie. And I have a cat. All right, so I'm tightening these up. I'm only doing one. Tiggs, quit. Come here. I'm only doing one chain stitch there in this turn, so I could tighten these up some. And here she comes again. Oh, Tiggs, quit, honey. You're moving my camera. Here, take her. Thank you. Kitty was rubbing on, see, I tightened it up and I got my clean lines there. The kitty was rubbing on the arm that holds my camera. It's my phone. And the kitty was rubbing on that, so that was causing it to shake a lot. Alright, so now I am just following along with the pattern here. So here's the blue, here's the blue. It's not a faded blue one like this one is, but it's still counted as blue. We can't help what the dye is doing. And I believe after the blue I have 4 white stitches. Tags. But here I'm going to have 5 white stitches. And I don't need 5 white stitches. I only need 4. And that's a whole lot of white there to try to eat up. So I'm going to loosen these stitches a bit. Even some of these blue ones. Maybe I can even loosen up these blue ones. It would make it the faded blue color on that last stitch. It's not a very long faded blue section, I noticed. See, it's just a very short one. 2, 3, 4. I need to get one more blue, but it's going into the white too much there. Alright, so I loosened it up too much. It's evening time and my animals just get a little crazy in the evening. Three, 4. Still not good. Barbie. Stop. Go lay down.
Go lay down, Barbie.
Okay, now hopefully we'll get, let's see, I need 4 white ones. It's going along with this one here, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I only need 4 white ones here, so I'm doing these a bit loosely. 2, 3, and 4. All right, so I loosened those up so that it would fall correctly. Now for a washcloth, I like to have tight stitches. So loose ones aren't ideal for a washcloth, but in this case, I'm wanting the Argyle pattern. One, 2, 3, 4 reds, and I need 5 reds. So this one has proven to be a little bit difficult to work with because it's wanting, the color segments aren't all equal, so I'm having to tighten these up. Oh dear, and that's not even near tightened. I tighten those up a lot and it's not near enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, this one's pink. It's very muddy. I may have to make one of these red ones here a white one. I'm counting this one as a white one. Yes, it's going to throw the pattern off a bit, but it's on the corner, so hopefully it won't. And here I also need, this is the one that I have offset, so I need 4 white stitches here. So this is 1. Even though this is 1, I'm counting this as a red. So this is 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to have to tighten those up a bit because I'm already going into the blue, and I need to get one more white stitch to land here, and then my blue one can start here. I can't have my blue one starting here because then I will be shifted over by 2 stitches. So yes, we are pretending that this is a red stitch because I just don't have enough yarn there. I don't have enough red segment to make that a red stitch. So I'm tightening these up. I'm only doing a chain 1 for the turn to see if I can get enough white out of this. Yes, I did. Okay, good. So my blue needs to go here. I was a bit concerned there, but it worked well. There we go. Following along, I need one more blue stitch to go here. Perfect. And then white begins here. That's what I'm looking at. Nicely done. I hope that the rest of these color segments will cooperate like these have. And I spoke too soon. Yep, I spoke way too soon. Because this is after the blue. After the blue, I only need 4 white ones. And no, I'm getting like 5.5. A little frustrating there, yes. Yes, it is. I could do a modified puff here if I wanted to. And that actually gives a little bit of extra scrubbing power. How about that? Extra scrubbing power for washing those dishes. And I'm going to give it even more scrubbing power right here. How about that? I just chained 2 instead of chaining 1. All right, so was having a little bit of a brainstorm right there. So instead of having these longer segments like this, I could actually shorten the whole thing to each colorway having 3 stitches each, and I could make them all with the modified puff stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. So just kind of brainstorming there a minute, and I might do that on the next video where I make a wash rag that I could even take this color and make shorter segments and make little scrubbies with it. That'd be kind of cool. Here is where I did a chain 1. So I'm pulling this over and getting it into there, making sure I don't split that V. Chaining 2 because I'm not really sure if this is going to be a long segment or a short one. So many times that happens with the cotton yarns is that the segments aren't exactly the same in length. So you have to change it up a bit. Let's see here. Yep, my blues have landed correctly. That's good. So yeah, I think I will do that with my next one. One, 2, 3, 4. And then 5 reds. So let's go ahead and start this red right here with this pink one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. That worked well. Okay. After the red, this segment is only 4 whites because I'm eating up one in that turning chain. Pulling more yarn here, sorry for the delay. And it's landed correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 5 blues to go here. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very nice. The nice thing about doing wash rags out of this cotton yarn is that you can get quite a few of them out of just one of these. One, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to loosen these up a little. One, 2. You can answer it. Go ahead and take it upstairs, okay, sweetie? You can take it upstairs. Take it upstairs, please. You're so funny. There you go. Okay. All right. So those are working correctly. Those are all going in the correct lines. Very nice. You can see how the pattern is lining out there. I think I need, if I put my blue right here, I'm going to be shifted over by 2. And that's not what I need. So my blue one needs to be here, not here. All right, so I need to tighten these up. Tighten those up. Too much blue on that one. I'm just going to chain 1 here instead of chaining 2. Drop it to my G. No. There we go. Back over to my H. And my blue lands perfectly. So I'm going into the space. I'm not splitting any V's. I didn't talk about that whenever I made the turn. And yep, I've got too much white. I need a red one to be here. So I'm gonna have to eat up some of this white. Loosen these up a bit. So loosening it up, I did a modified puff here, which really works out great with washcloths. Kind of adds a little bit of scrub and bubbles to it there. But I need an extra red one here. So I'm going to have to tighten these up. Drop it to my G. G seems so much smaller than an H does. That's all I used to crochet with. A long time ago was just a G hook. It was my favorite go-to hook. Until I realized how much nicer an I hook was. An H and an I. Probably because the G hook was what I actually, it was all I had when I was a kid. It was what I learned how to crochet with, was a G hook. And as my youngest points out, the fact that the G hook is pink. So of course it's a girl's favorite color. Most girls. Purple's a good color too. But it's her favorite color. So, and when I was a kid, pink was my favorite color too. Alright, so we need 5 blues. And I only got 4. Of course. Why does that not surprise me? Very good. That's surprising. I only got 4 whites out of that one. That was perfect. But I also only got 4 reds. I need 1 more red to go here. Okay. Very good here. As you can see, it's coming together nicely. And the argyle pattern is coming out in it, just the way that we want it to. Let's see, I only need 1 white to land here, and then I need blue to be here. So I don't need to do those as tightly as I was. I'm going to loosen those up. Pulling is a lot of ripping them out and adjusting tension and crocheting back and ripping out again. But the end result is really cool. How it makes this beautiful, beautiful pattern that you just really don't get anywhere else. And I love how the moss stitch of it, the moss stitch seems to be crisp. I prefer it over the single crochet method because to me it's with those nice crisp legs and the spaces in between, it just makes it pop. And I just really like that. So I need a red one to go here. I'm just going to pick any of these to do a modified puff in. Here. I'm going to do another modified here. I like to do that over loosening the stitches in this because it is going to be a washcloth. So I'd rather have tight stitches and even little extra bubble stitches there. See? And I have way too much pink here at the end.
No, there's never too much pink.
So I will do a modified here. There we go. You could even do Swiffer covers in with the cotton, doing the argyle pattern. You need the right dimensions, of course. I'll do a modified here. Give it more scrubbing power. Alright, so I'm going to continue this on until I get it to the size that I want it to be. And then I will cut this tail off. I will weave in the remaining. I'll cut it off about here. I'll pull all that out. I'll weave all that in. Same thing with the ending of it once I'm done with it all there. And I like mine to be folded this way, but then I also like it to be the same as I would turn it and fold it in half that way. Or also what I also like to do is take this corner and meet the top corner, and then if it makes a perfect square, then that's usually where I cut it off at. That's usually how I end mine whenever I do a washcloth. This way and that way, and then corner to corner. This way folded up to that corner. And that would make it perfectly square. That is how I measure mine off. So I just wanted to do a quick video on using cotton yarn to make a washcloth. And this one being a bit wider, I may go ahead and make another video using the same yarn, and this time making it smaller and with more of those extra little scrubbing bubbles there. I think that'd be cool. Alright guys, so if there's any type of yarn that you would like me to do, you can leave a comment. You can also contact me on Facebook Messenger, under Donna McElvaney, and I'm also on the Plan Pulling with Crochet Facebook page. I'm a member on there, and people tag me off and on, so it should be easy to find that way too. If you are a member of that page. If not, I suggest you to go, if you're on Facebook, go to Planned Pulling with Crochet is what the page is called, Planned Pulling with Crochet. Go there, join that. Look at all the magnificent projects that people do. They've got some fantastic stuff there. And great support group for everyone who does pooling projects, tries to pool, can't pool, trying to learn how to pool. Lots of support and great people there. So you can hunt that out. You can also search for anything in that page and they will pop up. If you're just looking for different colorways and what it looks like, they also have the yarns listed, the ones that will pool, the ones that won't pool. It's a great resource. So, and it gives a lot of great inspiration too. All right, everybody, and I want to thank you for following along and for all your comments and your support, all your well wishes. I appreciate it all. And like I said, if there's something you'd like me to try, go ahead and leave me a comment and stuff, and I will see if I can get it. I try to get stuff locally, but I do travel here and there a bit, so I will look and see if I can find it. There have been some requests that I haven't been able to do yet, but it's still my goal to find those and to do those. All right, everybody. There we go. And then the white one will go right here. So I'm going to finish that up, and I will post a picture of it as it will be my thumbnail picture on the video itself. So, and then I'm going to do another one after that. But hope you guys enjoy, and God bless you all, and happy pooling.